we got Stephan Big Shot Shaw. What's going on, champ?
Hey, what's going on, Nestor? What's going on? How y'all doing? What's going on,
We're
George?
good. We're
All right,
good.
good to see you.
This is George, formerly from HBO. I ain't gonna butcher his last name, but he's joining me today, so we're gonna be asking you some questions. Obviously, I want to just congratulate you first and foremost on the big win, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I had some ring rust coming into that fight. I feel like I just gotta stay more busy and just stay active and stuff like that. And but I felt like I did good. I felt great going into the fight. And, I feel good. I feel good, man. I feel good.
You look good, man. I want to ask,
Yeah.
did something happen that you decided to try and change your body? I feel like you've leaned out. Your face is leaner. I've seen you,
Yeah.
obviously following you on IG. I see that you're more in the gym, not more, but you just look like you've lost weight, if not
Yeah.
gained muscle and leaned out. I don't know. You tell
Yeah.
me.
I got I have a strength and conditioning coach. His name is Derek Fairchild,
Okay.
and I've been working with him for the past 3 years since 2018. And the work that we do is tremendous, and it's been a tremendous help to my growth as a fighter, and just like you say, my body, establishing my body as a true, legitimate heavyweight contender. You know what I mean? Because this is what I love to do, man. Even though it's been rough, like I say, due to inactivity, you know, unbeknownst to me and out of my hands, because I'm ready to fight whenever. And it's like I'm still pushing it. I'm still going like I love it, like I did when I was 9 years old, like I was 7 years old. You know what I mean? Like when I really first started getting into boxing, man, back in 1999. I still love it just like that. And, you know, and with the help, like I say, my strength and conditioning guy, we just been grinding, and I've definitely transformed my body into a different body.
You're going into your ninth year as a pro, and I know you're 29. Do
Yeah,
you
man.
you talked about the inactivity. I imagine this is an important year for you. What do you want to do this year of 2022 to really establish yourself as like the guy in the division?
Man, I'm trying to have as many fights as possible, and set myself up for a potential, big fight for me, whatever's out there. It's a bunch of fights out there. You know what I mean? It's just about making it happen. That's all I know. You know, I'm doing all the best I can do is just fight when they give me fights. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how I got in this position, but it's whatever. It's just on the powers that be, you know.
So you were on that card with another heavyweight, Jeremiah Milton. Both of you guys scored knockouts. Do you think that they're trying to line you guys up, or it was just coincidence that they had multiple heavyweights on the card, or do you see this as Top Rank trying to build a story? But there are some other heavyweights with Top Rank. You got Jared
Exactly.
Anderson.
Jared Anderson. Effie Ajagba. It's a bunch of heavyweights at Top Rank. They got Sonny Conto. They got a couple of guys. You know what I mean? But I feel like me being thrown into the bunch. They definitely trying to make something happen with one of those guys. I feel. I think Jeremiah Milton is definitely not one of those guys they think they're talking about. But, one of those upper guys
But why you say it's definitely not him? Because he's not ready?
No, he's not ready. Not for me. Not for me. See, that's what I'm saying. They giving me, they showing y'all glimpses. Like, they haven't, my production as a fighter hasn't been seen on TV to see me fight all the time. And, it's a lot of circumstantial things that was out of my hands that really led me to have a career that I've been having, so y'all pretty much don't see my growth like y'all see other fighters' growth. I haven't had that set, plan as a fighter to be established as a legitimate, American contender. You know what I'm saying? I just been doing it on my own pretty much just by beating whoever that they put in front of me.
Is that why you're with Aaron now to try and help you get up in that upper
Wait,
tier of heavyweights?
wait. So you
Absolutely.
officially promoted by Top Rank now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we working out a deal with Dolla and Top Rank.
Okay, because I knew you were still with Lou. See, and that's what I tried to tell people. I promise you, I bet you Kambosos is fighting Lomachenko, man. This is business talk here,
Yep.
Big Shot, but we see more and more Lou DiBella fighters getting on Top Rank. So one hand washes the other, man. You can't go give Kambosos to Dazn if I'm letting you put all your fighters on my television network. That's how I'm looking at it. I'll wait to be the oracle when it happens, but I'm happy for you because I know you've been waiting for this forever. Like the last TV fight I think that was discussed was something on Ring City, right? That was a long time ago.
That fight fell through with Jermaine Franklin.
You were going to be the headliner, right?
Yeah, that was the headliner.
Man.
You know, they said that fight could have potentially led to a fight with Dylan White. You know.
So you think you're ready for the top 5 already, or do you feel because you haven't had that TV time, you haven't had a promoter to give you, 4 fights a year, you want to get a taste of that, make sure everything's sharp first? How are you envisioning 2022?
I feel like a little bit of both. I feel like, I'm ready, but I feel like I also, still need to keep fighting on a regular basis to work on certain things in the ring. You need ring experience. Yeah. And it's out of my hands that I'm 29 and turned pro. When I was 21, I only been pro 8 years. This will be my 9th year at the end of this year, but like I say, I lost a year when I was with PBC, man. I lost a year. I was 3-0 with 3 knockouts. I didn't fight again until a whole year later with a whole new trainer. That was a whole year. I was 21, 3-0, 3 knockouts. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think PBC kept you idle?
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes no sense. They have so many fighters. That's why I don't get the business of the sport. PBC they have so many fighters and you didn't have any fights. And I know that's out of your hands, and I know it has to be frustrating.
Oh man, it's been frustrating, man. I don't even understand. Yeah, I haven't, man, this is my biggest fight. This is my biggest opportunity. This is my biggest check.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even, I didn't even come home with $30,000, man. This is my biggest check in my 8th year, on some real talk.
No, we understand. We know the business, man.
Yeah.
I know the business, believe me, man.
I have 2 children. I have a wife. I've been married for about 6 years now. I have a 8-year-old that's about to be 9. I have a 4-year-old that's about to be 5. I just moved out of my parents' home in 2018 when I started working with Derek Fairchild. 1 year into my contract with Dave McWaters. You know what I mean? Those other years, I was staying with my parents when I was with Al Heyman. One house, 1 bedroom with my wife. And when I got released, my wife was pregnant with my 2nd child. They released me on my contract because my dad kind of expressed his frustrations to the powers that be in a manner that wasn't professional.
He did it. Nesta Gibbs. He did it because, boy, I say what's on my mind, and I don't give a fuck how it come out.
My pops,
he stepped up.
My pops just spoke up like, what the fuck? And I didn't even know that he did it. I got a call from, those guys, and do you know what your father said and all this and that? Do you know I'm like, hold on, what? What happened? What's going on? What? And then they want to release you. They want to release you. They get released. I'm in the middle of camp working with Wilder for the first time. That was when I did that interview with you, bro.
Yeah.
They sent us home. That's when I got released out of my contract.
Damn.
Then I came back the next week and sparred Deontay again. And I clipped him. Like I caught him with a hook going into the fight with Gerald Washington. I caught him with a hook. You know, I buzzed him pretty good, wobbled him. You know what I'm saying? And I felt, almost put him down. But and they've been bringing me back ever since. And I rock with those dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's all respect. You know what I'm saying? What happens in the gym stays in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just telling what happened. You know,
Yeah.
and what I've been through.
Yeah.
That's the dirty side of boxing that people don't see. But you brought up Wilder, and I know you sparred with him. You sparred with Ruiz. I think you sparred with Charles Martin. That's what I read.
I sparred with Charles. I fought Charles. I dropped Charles Martin twice.
I believe it. I believe it.
Like I got it on somewhere. We fought in the National Pal, his last amateur bout. Man, I dropped Charles twice, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Joey DeWaco, is a little, like, he's a Philly fighter, so he's got a little roll to him. He's got a little tricks up his sleeve, you know what I'm saying? But like guys like he fought Gregory Corbin. He could knock Gregory Corbin out. I knocked Gregory Corbin out in 3 rounds. You know what I mean? You know, it's just those fights haven't been on TV for me. Right. You know, that fight with Jermaine Franklin, like he supposedly caught COVID 4 days before we fought. You know what I mean? But we both took our COVID test 2 weeks prior. You know?
Yeah.
But it's the name of the game, man. Like I say, man, all I do for real, guys, I pray. I get down on my hands and knees and ask God to keep blessing me. You know, even though I know I'm blessed waking up every day and just having the opportunity to go about, that's why I work so hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what I gotta do, you know, and to be honest, when I first started boxing at 9 years old, by 10 years old, I won the national silver gloves. You know what I mean? But I was unopposed. I didn't have no fights. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, I won the ringside. I didn't have no fights. Like as a kid, I only had like 12 fights. And then I came back at 19 and I went like 19-4 with like 12 knockouts. And I won the USA Nationals and National Pal. So I only had like 40-some fights, like as an amateur, and, you know, 17, 16 fights as a pro.
This just the business of the sport makes no sense because you're a talented American heavyweight, and I don't get how no one has backed you and gotten you fights and gotten you further. But like you said, you know, that's out of your hands.
Yeah, like I'm with Dave McWaters now, you know, and he's invested in me, you know, and he's orchestrated. He's been the middleman in all of this stuff. You know, with the Top Rank, the Bella, you know, he's been the mover and shaker of getting all that stuff done for me. I don't have no personal manager. I don't have no team. All I got is my wife, my 2 children, my mother and father. And my father, what my father knew from boxing, it was passed down from his father.
Right.
My grandfather, Buddy Shaw. You know what I'm saying? So.
Man, so obviously you got this win.
Yeah.
DeVaco tried to say it shouldn't have been stopped. He kind of complained to the ref. What did you feel like being in there?
Well, listen, bro. Like, it was so easy. Like, hit and not get hit. Like, I was keeping my distance, you know what I mean, staying patient, not trying to overcommit myself because he likes to like shoulder roll and come with little shots like that. But that's a little shit I need to work on, absolutely. But I busted his eardrum in like the 4th round. He told me, you know, his trainer came up and told me, I think that was his father, I'm not too sure. But they came up and told me they wanted to stop it a lot earlier. And the doctor and the commission are the ones that actually told the corner to stop the fight. You know what I mean? So, of course, he's going to complain. He's the fighter. He's in there. You know what I mean? He's definitely a durable guy. But I can say I'm the 3rd guy that stopped him out of Brian Jennings, world championship contender, and Andrew Fedorov.
Frank Sanchez couldn't stop.
Frank Sanchez. You know what I mean? And I think if it would have went like to the 9th round, I probably would have really 9th to 10th rounds. I would have really like took him out pretty bad.
You know what, Ness, I just want to ask him about St. Louis.
Go
I know you're
ahead.
from St. Louis, and
Absolutely.
there's a lot of history. You know, the
Yeah.
Spink brothers,
Yeah.
Devin Alexander took me around his neighborhood where he grew up when I did a feature on him. And I know Vaughn Alexander, like I know all of those guys. So I imagine you know, and Kevin Cunningham, there's a lot of
Yeah.
history. So you must know the Alexanders and
All of those guys, man. I grew up like I was like right up under those guys. You know, Devin born in 87, I'm 1992. You know what I mean? So I looked up to those guys. Devin was winning his last national championship as a Silver Gloves when I was going to my first one.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, you know what I mean? Devin was everything. You know what I mean? Corey actually
Corey Spinks, yep.
Yeah. Corey used to live with my grandfather. You know what I mean? We all from that same north side of St. Louis.
Okay.
We're all from, like, my family. Like, we lived over there till 1999. You know what I mean? Like, we still close. You know what I mean? Like, Devin's my guy. Like,
Yeah.
I love Devin. He's the last world champion from St. Louis.
Yep.
You know, the entire Spinks family. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff I want to do. I want to do what Michael Spinks did and Leon Spinks did and Sonny Liston did, you know, become heavyweight champion of the world, representing St. Louis, Missouri, man. You know what I mean? I love it. I love the history. You know, my grandfather, he taught me about the lineage here in St. Louis and what it's about. And, you know, I've been around since the 90s, since I was a little bitty boy, like my sons.
So, Big Shot, man, did they express any, I don't know, surprise, happiness? Like any of the execs came up to you after the fight? What did they say after you got the stoppage?
I got a lot of reception from like the fans. Nobody came up to me before the fight. Nobody came up to me after the fight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real. Like, nah. You know what I mean? My manager, Dave McWaters, he was ecstatic. He was happy. You know what I mean? You know, I was getting good fight, you know what I'm saying? Like they wanted to see me knock Joey out in 1 or 2 or 3 rounds. You know what I mean? You know.
Okay. So
I mean, like if you listen to the broadcast, I mean, Andre Ward was digging in me like I'm like I ain't shit.
well, he wanted you to get it done sooner.
Oh man, he wanted me to get it done sooner. He was critiquing everything about the facet of everything that I did in there. And I ain't do nothing but show hit and not get hit. Cause I didn't take no damage. I ain't take no punishment. You know what I mean? I'm sticking around for the long haul of this, man. I ain't no fly by night dude. I ain't, you know what I mean? They ain't set me up to where I can just blow through guys and get this guy from Timbuktu with an undefeated record. You know what I mean? That can't move and ain't nothing but a stiff. You know what I mean? Like I ain't been set up with too many of them. You know what I mean? Like I done fought guys that's, you know, Joey DeWaco, he was a top amateur at one point in time. You know what I mean? When I fought Danny Kelly on TV, he was a top amateur at one point in time. Went to the Pan Am Games on the USA national team.
Joey got a world of experience, man. So,
absolutely.
You know, and honestly, I don't know anybody that stopped Joey like one punched him. It doesn't happen. It don't happen.
It's always like a break him down. Like his last fight, like if you look at it, like Joey was talking about, he was complaining, getting back, hitting back of the head, or you know what I mean? I don't know. Like it's just, you know, styles make fights, definitely though.
For sure, man. I got a few questions from the people. James Valdez in San Antonio is asking, what's the story behind the nickname Big Shot?
Big Shot. Oh man, my mom used to call me Shotgun. You know what I mean? She used to call me Shotgun, you know, and I used to play basketball, you know, and I ain't missed like a shotgun. And then
that's why she called you Shotgun, because you didn't miss.
And then like it transferred to boxing, because when I used to be hitting the bag as a kid, that somebody came, them sound like shotguns, you know what I mean? And you know, and they used to call me Big Steph in school, so I took Big and Shotgun and, you know, Big Shot.
All right.
And I'm throwing them big shots like I throw them big shots. Like Joey felt that shit. That's why I bust that eardrum.
The best dad ever out of Baltimore says, when do you think a fight between you and Big Baby will be made?
Probably next year.
Which Big
Probably next
Baby,
year.
though?
Which
Jared
Big Baby?
or Jared?
I don't know. Either one. Jared, Jarrell, either one. You know what I mean? You know, I definitely feel like those are great potential big fights here in America. Like, I wish the economics was like it was in the UK though. I ain't gonna lie, because for that fight, if that was in the UK, they'll pay us some nice money for that,
and it'll be sold out.
And it'll be sold out over there.
Who are your 3 favorite fighters to watch right now?
Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, and probably the Monster.
What?
No heavyweights in there, huh?
Berlanga?
I like Usyk. Don't get me wrong. I like Usyk. I like Usyk. You know, I like Usyk.
But wait, when you say the Monster, you talking about Berlanga?
I like Edgar. Edgar's my guy. I love Edgar. But I'm talking about Arnold.
Oh, Inoue.
Oh, okay.
Yo, I forgot he's named the Monster too.
Me too.
Berlanga came out here and stole his name, man. He took it over.
Yeah, but Edgar Berlanga, I love Edgar Berlanga. That's my guy. I like Edgar.
I got Rue in the 504 New Orleans says, do you plan to have a more active year in the ring?
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Yes, absolutely. Like, yeah, let's get it. Like bring it on. Like, come on. Like, let's go.
So it's in the new contract, because you seem certain it's going down.
Like, yeah, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It's going up. It's going up.
So how soon you expect to be back?
I want to be back in the ring by March.
Okay. Wow.
I want to be back in the ring by March. I ain't take no damage. I boxed. I showed I can get on my toes. I'm not just no rock 'em, sock 'em. Like just keep lining them up. Keep giving me those fights that I need. You know, these guys got to stop catching COVID. I got to stop. Like, man, I went through 4 opponents for this fight. You know what I mean?
Who was the original opponent?
The first opponent, they talked about Don Hainsworth. Second opponent, they talked about was Devin Vargas. Then some guy by the name
Devin Vargas, that's the Puerto Rican dude.
Devin Vargas. I think he's Mexican he was the 2004 Olympian.
He pretty heavy, I think. They was trying to give you a knockout.
A knockout?
I'm about to look him up. If it's Devin, I think he the Puerto Rican dude, Vargas, right? Let me see.
He's like 22-5. He was a 2004 Olympian, heavyweight.
Yeah. I remember this guy. Him and another dude fought on Top Rank. Let me see if I can remember. There you go. Victor Visbal. So that's what it is. Devin is American. Visbal is Puerto Rican. They both pretty heavy set. They was about to bless you. They trying to give you him.
They was gonna bless me. They ain't, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, he ain't on your level. He ain't on your. You know, Big Bang, right?
Big Bang. Yeah.
Chinese heavyweight. He stopped him in 4. And I'm telling you, if you watch that fight with Victor Bisbal, you'll see this dude is not. I mean, you know, he gonna fight, but he can't be on your level. There's no.
No, Vargas hasn't fought since 2020.
Yeah.
So
and that's when he got stopped.
Well, ain't nobody on my level. And they gotta pay me like I'm on a level like these guys ain't on my level. If you get my level,
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, for real. Like, come on, like, man, listen, this is a business, y'all. Come on, man. It's a business, and I've been lining up. Whoever that they've been putting me in there with, I've been lining them up. Period.
Well,
third person to stop Joey. God bless him. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, business.
34 fight veteran. You know, they gotta. If these guys that silver medalists, Olympians fighting and knocking out, if those guys ain't on my level, they need to pay me like I'm on that level.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like business is going up. You know, because again, I can't believe that no one is behind you. Hopefully now you have the right people behind you because you want to fight. You see a lot of fighters
I
that
mean,
don't
he's
want to
always
fight
had people there, though. I mean, he's got Lou, he's
Right.
got David now, and a co-promotion
But
with
Lou
Top
hasn't
Rank.
had the backing that he needs
Yeah,
Right.
to pay me.
the
And that's the
TV.
truth. He hasn't had the TV. He haven't had the
Yep.
networks.
Yep.
You know, the money that he come out his pocket and do, that's those Broadway boxing shows. And they'll only keep the bills paid for a few months,
Mm-hmm.
3 months at best.
If you're not with the top, the way it is, if you're not with those top promoters, I've talked to promoters and they've said like lower, like smaller promoters, and business is tough. It's tough unless you're with PBC or Top Rank or
No, you got to be a
tough.
ticket seller. If you're with a lower promoter, you got to be a ticket seller so that you're making money from the promoter and you're getting a split of your tickets. That's the only way. That's the only way you're going to eat.
Way.
You know?
And that's the American way, man. Over there in the UK, I ain't gonna lie, they getting it. Because you got to realize they
but they getting it for a certain extent, and then they gotta come over here, So
they gotta come over here, but the money that Dylan White got about what, $4 or $5 million, $6 million for fighting Povetkin over there. If that was a fight over here with two Americans with those same credentials that those guys got, they would have got about $1.5 million, $2 million.
I mean, Wilder was getting like $5 million to fight Povetkin. That was like 6-7 years ago. So Povetkin's always been a name. He bring the money. His peoples that back him always brought the money. Think about when he fought Vlad. They brought the money for that. He brings,
right. He got a government behind him.
Yeah, he brings.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so much. It's just so.
Now you know how it is, man. To be American and to get back in, you gotta win a medal, man. You know that. You know that.
Hey, and I was on the track to do that. I won 2 national championships in 2013. As soon as I come home, Kevin Cunningham, Al Heyman didn't want to sign you. I got a son. Hey, these are top people that signed in the last Olympic team that just came out of 2012 that I was just out there training with and sparring with, in the Olympic Games,
Yeah, but this is what I tell you, man.
Huh?
You were patient with Lou. You needed to be patient with Al.
Hey, I was, bro.
But your dad wasn't. Your dad was, because you see, Lou got a motherfucking do a handoff to Top Rank, where if you would have just had patience with Al, your time would have came. You would have got a Gerald Washington. You would have got Adam Kovnat. It would have came.
I already know.
It would have came.
I already know, man.
It's just a long road. He got mad fighters.
You don't know how bad that almost really crushed me as not a fighter, bro.
You should have asked Wilder to shoot you some bell. Why you ain't tell Wilder to jump on the phone and talk for you? See, closed mouth don't get fed. Oh, okay.
I don't have that relationship with Deontay like that,
man,
bro.
You make it. You in his camp. Hey, bro, listen, man. Look, I know we ain't cool, but I need a favor. This shit could fuck up my life. Like, fuck that. Closed mouth don't get fed. You got to tell people what you need, because they'll never know. They'll think you good.
Nah, bro, I have told them my struggle. They already know. I told them about what happened. I told Jay. I told everybody.
But did you ask them to make that phone call for you?
To
try and help mend that situation.
They did. Like, Malik told me, talk to Shelly. Like, I don't know what. You know what I'm saying? This is what they telling me. I don't know. Like,
so did you talk to Shelly Finkel?
No, I didn't talk. I ain't talked to nobody.
But if Malik told you talk to Shelly, why you ain't finished go down that road? I'd have went down that road.
No, he told me that he told Shelly about me. Like, Jay said he told them about me and stuff and all that. But all that was kind of like, it was, hey, yo, that shit, yo, bro, you really think, like.
Look, did it cause any trouble between you and your dad?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I get why he did it. I mean, he's
Hey,
frustration.
bro.
But
Like,
yeah,
man.
I imagine it
He
caused.
wanted to get the ball moving, man. He wanted to get the ball moving, but you
But
know.
it's about yo. You have to come professional.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be ignorant. You're not gonna resolve nothing with ignorance. You're gonna get what you get out. You can't be talking crazy and expect some good shit to come up out of it.
Mm.
Like that ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man. Yo, y'all don't know, like that crushed me. Yo, that crushed me.
Mm.
That crushed me. I was off for a whole
To be clear,
another year.
to be clear, because my chat is misunderstanding. To be clear, you saying what you were crushed by was your father going out of
Yeah.
place
Yes.
and ruining your situation.
Yes. Damn near running my fucking life.
Now, you see, because they have it misunderstood. They think you're saying that what crushed you was to be on the shelf while you was with Al. And yeah, I'm sure that bothered you, but that wasn't what crushed you.
No, I was already bothered.
Yeah.
And then for that bomb to come up on top of me being bothered about why I'm not moving, and like that crushed me. That crushed me.
So PBC just on what your dad said, they
Hold on
didn't
a
listen to you. They didn't say, listen, we talked to your dad, but we want to talk to you and see how you feel. They just took what your dad said and said, cut him loose.
That's what I was telling them, bro. I was on the phone crying to Sam and Brad and telling them, yo, bro, I cut him off. Like, he don't even have to be a what? Please.
Wow.
And they said Al said no. Yo, and you know, if you think about that Jamel Andre story, it sounds like once you fuck up, you can't get back in it. Cause that's how it is for Andre, man. They won't get that man a fight no more after he signed that contract with Jamel. That shit is out the window.
Yeah.
Look, you're only 29 though. You know, that's not old.
No,
especially as a heavyweight.
That's young as a heavyweight.
I feel like I'm 24. I feel like I'm 24 years old, man. I live good and clean. I'm in a dangerous ass city, and I'm to myself.
Yes, you are.
I'm to my. That's what I'm saying. And then that element on top of that, bro.
Right.
Like what? Like dog. Like man, what? And I'm out the way. I'm with my children, my wife. Like I'm a family guy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm to myself, man. I'm just chasing a dream and trying to become heavyweight champion of the world. And I feel wholeheartedly in my heart that I'm gonna be heavyweight champion in the world. All they gotta do is keep me busy and keep lining these dudes up, and then give me those offers. Give me an offer I can't refuse.
Yeah, people don't see what happens behind the scenes, and you have to win a lot of fights outside of the ring. Look, you're with Lou, you're with Top Rank, so hopefully now you get to where you want to go.
Exactly, man.
Oh,
exactly. So with that, man, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. To my initial statement when I came in the chat, that's what I feel good about. I'm coming off this victory, one of the only 3 guys to stop Joey, you know what I mean? And 16-0, 12 knockouts, 29 years old. Hey, man, the sky's
American heavyweight. American heavyweight.
What? With skills, can box. You know, not only can I just, knock somebody out, I got skills, like, for real.
I got Brandon in Houston who says, would you be interested in a Jerry Forrest or Otto Valine fight?
Yes, I would love that. I call for an Otto Valine fight. I love a Jerry Forrest fight. All those fights are good fights. Absolutely.
And we got James Benitez in Alabama that says, do you think Wilder's going to retire, or do you think Wilder has another run at being a champ? How would a fight between you and Wilder turn out?
Oh man, it'll be a good fight. You know, I feel like I'll do my thing. You know what I mean? I feel like I'll beat Deontay. You know, I definitely believe in myself and my talents. You know, all you got to do is just watch out for his big shot. That's it. But I'm throwing my big shots. Like, and like, y'all, like, we just gonna, like, I don't want to over talk or sound like I'm some, you know, who is this cocky unknown motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? But this just a young man over here that's just believing in his talents that haven't had that shine like the other guys. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know, Deontay, I feel like, you know, I feel like he still got another run at it. I feel like it ain't over. You know what I mean? He only lost to one person.
For real. But there's talk of him retiring, man. Do you think he should keep going? I want him to keep going. I still like fights with him and Dillian White.
Well, when I was down there, when I was down there, last time I was down there, he was like, I ain't gonna lie, he was like, man, y'all can have it, man. I said, what? He talking about some, yeah, man, I talked to my peoples, man. We straight, we set. You know what I mean? Just little shit like that. I ain't gonna lie, like, Deontay, like, he brought me into his home. You know what I mean? We ate good. We ate some good soul food over his house, baked chicken, sweet potatoes, good stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of respect for Deontay. You know what I mean? He definitely showed me how it is to conduct himself like a world champion. You know what I mean? I don't care what nobody say about him. You know, he was the world champion from America for about 5 years, half a decade. You know,
10 title defenses.
10 title defenses. You know what I mean? You know.
And at the end of the day, he lost to the number one heavyweight.
He's a real good dude, huh?
And at the end of the day, he only lost to the number one heavyweight.
The pound for pound best heavyweight in the world. Because he ain't lost to nobody neither. He supposed to have all the titles for real. Fury. You know, he really got all the titles. He never lost them in the ring.
Yep.
How was Andy Ruiz? I know you sparred him, and he's a complete opposite of Wilder. You know, he's short, kind of squat, but fast.
Yeah.
How was it sparring with him?
Man, Andy was real good work. You know what I mean? I was boxing Andy real good. You know what I mean? Like
what fight did you get him ready for?
The second Joshua fight.
Okay.
Oh, ooh.
The second Joshua fight.
So you must have handled him pretty easy in the gym because he looked like.
Yeah,
but I heard
they actually kicked me out of camp.
Okay, after, that makes sense.
But was he fat? Because I heard rumors that he was actually
I ain't gonna lie,
shape.
bro. Like, let me break something down. Like when I first went out there, Andy was like 263.
Yeah, so I heard he was in good shape. Is when
I
heard is when he got to Saudi Arabia that he gained all the weight.
Yeah, he gained all the weight, like, because like I was supposed to be out there for 3 weeks, and they sent me home after 2 weeks. You know, like we sparred that Wednesday.
Who gave you the call? Did Robles talk to you?
Nah, like I'm about to tell you, like his dad came. Like we showed up. Like we were supposed to spar Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know, when we had sparred that Monday and we had sparred that Wednesday, and I, you know, he ain't looked that good that day. You know what I mean? And then Friday came and his dad said this is like they came in, like we all came in, me and Rafael Zambano Love, the other sparring partner, we all came in, and Manny Robles told us, like, did you guys hear? Andy caught gout in his foot. Supposedly caught gout in his foot, and they getting it checked out or something. You know what I mean? So we ain't sparring today. So I'm like, all right, me and my dad, we working the pads and all that. Then Andy Sr. came in and said, this is his last day. Told us that, like, he was pointing like to my dad. And we like, okay. You know, we finished working out. Then they had an assistant with them, a guy he only talked in Spanish, you know, and we end up leaving, training, doing all that. The Spanish guy get a call, you know, and he tell Rafael Zambano Love to grab his bag and get out the car. And they told us, like, we'll see them at the house because we all stayed at the same Airbnb. And we went home. And, you know, I don't know if they stayed up there to spar or not, you know, told him to grab his bag. But I feel like they needed me because Joshua didn't do nothing but box that second fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I heard he got all that weight in Saudi, man. I heard he was because Michael Hunter sparred him for the second fight too. Were you in
Yeah,
camp?
we was out there. We was out there together putting in rounds.
Yeah, Mike said he wasn't overweight like that.
No, he wasn't overweight like that, and he was about 260 something in.
It's
Wow.
crazy, man. Saudi set him up, man. They sent him all that food to the room and shit. Slowed him
All
down.
that food to the room.
Yeah, but he ate it. They sent it, but he ate it. So
They gave him that deposit early, that first half. You probably, you know what I'm saying?
I got Brandon here with another one. He says, do you think that your father's rant will prevent PBC from ever making fights with you and their fighters moving forward? So even though you're with Top Rank, do you think that it'll still be a situation where Al won't want to put one of his fighters with you?
Man, I don't believe it should be, you know, because I have nothing but respect for those guys. You know, that wasn't on me. And my dad, man, had talked to God. Well, man, we done shaded many tears and talked so many times about that, man. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I used to hold it over my dad's head for some years. I just got over that probably in about last year.
I could imagine, man. I could imagine, man. That shit. Because you know what he's capable of, so you know.
But that's my father, though, man.
Yeah.
That's my dad. You know, and I love my dad. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I understand I understand why he was doing what he was doing, but the approach just could have been totally professional, and he could have got the same message out, but with a way different and more different approach. You know what I mean? Because he always taught me how to be humble. He always taught me how to use restraint and be a wise man and talk to people with kindness. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of my career and what you feel is for me, you know, you don't use what you always taught me. Like, come on, Pops. You know, but like I say, that's my father, and I love my dad to this day. And still, to answer that question, is like I feel like it shouldn't be any restraints on what my dad said about making a boxing match.
Yeah, I hope it comes down to business and Heyman them. If the opportunity came to make a fight with you, they know it wasn't you talking. So I would hope that there's smart guys over there. So if they saw the opportunity to do a
and man,
fight
it was
with
great, and it was still a good relationship, even though it was all like that, man. I still was cordial with them people, with those people, man. You know, like I still got nothing but the utmost respect for Brad, Sylvia, Sam, the sons, you know, Al. You know, it was never nothing at Al. It was my dad, man. It was just he got out of line, man. He just got out of line.
Did you ever see Al Heyman in person?
No, I never saw Al. I never met him. You know what I mean? I never met him. You know, I only dealt with Brad, Sylvia, and Sam. You know, and the sons.
Is there an Al Heyman?
Of course.
Yeah, I know there is. I've never seen him. I saw him at one fight. I forget where it was, but
that's crazy.
It was like passing, and I saw him. But
I know you've seen him before, Ness.
Yeah. I've spoken to him, bro. Like,
sure.
I remember my first time meeting him. I thought, man, the next time I get a chance to talk to him, I'm gonna tell him my story. There's no way I don't be the first person to get that Al Heyman. That Al Heyman interview gonna blow me up. So when I finally see him, I'm like, Al, man, you don't even understand. An interview with you would be.
Real talk.
1 minute with you and my life would change.
1 minute.
1 minute and my life would change. And I'm like, he's like, I'll give you anything you want off camera. I'm like, Al, it's on camera. You know what I'm saying? Then I seen him again at the Barclays. I got like 3 experiences with him. Oh, and another time, when Porter beat
that's my guy.
When Porter beat Broner,
that's my guy.
I was going to Porter's hotel suite, and Brandon Watson and Al got on the same elevator as me. Me and two of my listeners won an opportunity to meet the winner of that fight. So we on the private elevator, and Al, they don't even know. People don't
What's
know.
going on?
They
No,
didn't know who he was, right?
They
They
don't know who
couldn't-
he
they were
was.
like,
When he
They
get
didn't
off
know
the
what was going
elevator, I'm like, yo, that was Al Heyman. Like people don't know. They don't even be knowing, bro. He be
Yeah.
right there in plain sight. They don't even know what
Hey,
he look
my
like.
coach Bashir, he seen him one time when he went into Berto's dressing room after the fight with Josecito Lopez. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
Berto's
he said
his guy.
Oh yeah, you know
Berto made him. Berto made him come all the way to Connecticut. Remember when
when
Berto
he was
fought
fighting
Victor Ortiz? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Berto was definitely one of his guys. And Berto a good dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like Berto. I met Berto actually up there in Dre's gym up there in Oakland.
Okay.
You know what I
If
mean?
all goes well, I should have Berto on the show Friday in studio. I get to Vegas Saturday, and he'll be in the studio with me on Friday, hopefully.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man. He's been an Al Heyman guy for a while.
He was one of Al like first young boys, like how he moving Tank and how he moved AB and the Charlos, like, you know what I mean? Berto was his guy, like Deontay his boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He had Deontay around that same time. You know, AB, I don't care what nobody say about AB. AB was one of his guys. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? AB's one of them guys. You know what I mean?
I think AB just dropped the ball. I think they really expected him to beat Maidana. Khan, who wasn't known as a puncher, beat Maidana.
Do y'all really think he was ready for Maidana at the time he fought Maidana?
Bruh, man, I was all in. I thought Broner was what? I thought he was gonna beat Maidana.
You gotta realize this though, bro. Like at that time, Maidana probably was like top 3 punchers at 147.
Maidana is a good fighter, man.
Puncher for sure, but he
getting
couldn't box.
with Robert Garcia.
Yeah.
Really sharpened up Maidana's skill level. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, that was a big 147 pounder. His first fight, the fight before that was Paulie. You don't get ready for a Maidana.
No, not with Paulie.
Before Paulie, like real good, smart sense and business. Like you fight another rugged like a Yanya Rango or you know what I'm saying, like Devin did. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. People had beat Maidana already. First of all, Josecito Lopez was beating the brakes off Maidana till he got slept.
Devin Alexander
held him to death and won a fight. Amir No Chin Khan beat him. So Broner was supposed to beat him. That fight was supposed to be pay-per-view. And for whatever reason, HBO didn't put it on.
Hold on, but you got to realize this. The year before he fought him, he was defending his 130-pound title for the second time.
Looking phenomenal against DeMarco. Beat the to this day nobody beat DeMarco like that.
Like he was not only a 135-pound champion. The year before he beat Maidana, he was a 130-pound champion. So his body, Broner really wasn't a solidified, strong.
He wasn't a welterweight. He wasn't but his skill, that 35-pound skill,
like a Boots being in that position, like at 5'10", filling out like how he is at like how is he 24, kind of around that same age. Yeah. It would have been different because he would have been able to muscle him a little bit. Broner couldn't even keep him. When Broner tried to tie him up, like he couldn't even tie him up. He couldn't even hold him.
Yeah,
like Maidana was so fucking strong. Maidana came in that fight at least about 175.
I think he underestimated him, man. He looked at the people that had success with Maidana beforehand.
Like you say, everybody had beat him, and he, that confidence was.
Bro, Victor Ortiz put him down 3 times. Broner probably thought left hook, right, good night, his little slogan, and it didn't happen. You turned the camera the other way. All right.
My bad.
Yeah, Broner, when you look at his skill set, the dude was phenomenal. He had speed, power. He had everything, and he should have been more. As much as he did, he should have been much more. He should have been more.
I mean, people weren't giving him the fights. Ricky Burns moved 2 divisions and then ended up fighting Crawford when Broner moved out of the division.
Too.
Yep.
Yeah, he was supposed. I think Broner was
He
supposed
was
to fight
forced.
Gamboa on that card with Danny Garcia and Amir Khan.
He was
But
forced to move up. You know what I mean? And I still think the Maidana fight was winnable for man. People just Broner was such a figure in boxing and such a polarizing star that it was fun to make a joke out of him. But he fought his heart out in that fight, man.
In that fight, bro,
he fought his heart out, and he broke Maidana's jaw. Like he fought his heart out, man.
He
like,
did, bro.
He was dog, man. He didn't get stopped. He went 12 with Maidana. I seen Maidana put Victor Ortiz 3 times. I seen him stop Josecito Lopez. You know, look at what he did to Floyd. Floyd had lost a tooth and had to shake it out.
Yeah.
So,
Real talk.
you know, people disrespect Broner.
He was no joke.
That was the beginning
Broner,
of the end, too, because if people would have admired him for being a dog, because he showed nothing but dog in that loss.
He did.
They didn't admire him. I was live at that fight. They threw beer and shit at him. Bro, they threw beer and shit and bottles and shit. It was not right, man. And it's all because he talk a lot, so they was happy to see him lose.
Yeah, it was his braggadocious persona. Mm-hmm. You know, but that's Adrien. He wasn't, man, Broner been like that since I met that dude when he was 12 years old, man. Mm-hmm. For real. Winning the silvers and shit.
You know, it's funny. The first time I met Broner, he was Devin Alexander's sparring partner. I forget for what fight, but we were in Alexander's camp, and he was like, we were at the house. The house that Alexander was training at was Mike Tyson's old training house in Vegas, because Alexander used to be with King. This is when he was with Don King, and Broner was there, and he was sparring with him, and Broner was a lot. I mean, look, I was only around him for 2 days, but he was pretty quiet. But I do know when they trained, when he and Devin ran together, he was way in front of Devin. When they sparred, you could tell that Broner knew what he was doing. Yeah. And he trained his ass off when he was with him. So I don't know. I just think he could have been
I ain't gonna lie. At one point in time, like you say, bro, Broner used to train his ass off.
Yes.
Broner used to train so goddamn hard. Like, Broner was one of those guys at one point in time, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Like, for real. That's why they gave him that Maidana fight, because they thought, like you say, Nessa, they thought he was going to beat him.
Of course, once they seen Devin and Khan, like, come on. They had, and then Josecito, I'm telling you, people got to watch that fight.
Josecito, yeah.
He had a lot of success. I thought, bruh, I swore he was about to beat Maidana, but then Maidana clipped him. Bam!
Yeah, with that overhand right.
One right hand, and it was over, man. But he was outboxing Maidana, man. You can outbox Maidana, you know.
And that's what Broner didn't do. Broner was trying to walk him down like he was one of those 135.
Yeah. He wanted to punish Maidana, and that shit didn't happen. And then he got dropped, which was something that never happened.
Surprised him.
Yeah, it was something that never happened. So now he felt like, I got to get it back.
I got to get that get back.
And that was the beginning of the end, man.
And I think if that second knockdown would have never happened, it would have been really a lot closer.
Right. He was coming on, too, in the late, man. He was coming on.
He had
late.
Maidana he felt it. You know, Maidana felt his shots, especially late in that fight.
Yeah.
I just hope with his mental, the Maidana, stuff that he's gone through.
I did an interview with Maidana after the fight, and he told me not only that his jaw was broke, that Broner was one of the hardest punches he's ever fought. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I had to do push-ups and everything. The night before, I'm at the bar with Robert Garcia, and Broner comes sit right next to me. This when we was flying in the mud. He comes sit right next to me, and I'm like, yo, you know I'm picking you. And Robert's like, watch, he ain't gonna win. And I'm like, Robert, you crazy. Look at what Alexander did. I'm going down the list of shit why Maidana ain't got no chance.
But nah, bro, you gotta realize, Devin beat him the easiest.
Because he held him.
No.
He
held him though, bro.
Man, if Devin beat the brakes off Maidana.
Yeah, he also held the shit out. That shit was like 138 holds in that fight.
Bro. No.
Yo, there's a YouTube video. I promise you, bro. Somebody stopped it every time. Bro, you don't remember Devin held the shit out of McDonough for that fight.
I must have to watch it again because I
Me
just
too.
remember he had an easy night that night.
Yeah.
He boxed
Easy.
his head. He
So,
Bro,
couldn't
he
do
should
nothing
have
with
got
that
he should have got disqualified for the amount of clinching he did.
No.
Bro, you could only clinch when you hurt. You can't just clinch to stop the action. That shit was insane. He would not let McDonough fight. He just clinch him up, clinch him up, clinch him up.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the blueprint was out. Why you think Floyd took 2 fights? When like, hell yeah, y'all believe this dude could beat me? Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Bruh, he gave
then
Broner
especially
step
started-
aside.
Yeah.
That's how much Floyd knew he could beat McDonough. He like, oh, people think this dude good.
Oh, they gave Broner step aside?
Hell, yo, he was the champ. He had a rematch clause. He took his belt when he lost.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was, and back then,
I didn't even know that.
back then he was an Al Heyman champ. You know, right now,
Yeah.
nowadays nobody got a rematch clause, but back then it was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why they ain't doing no rematch clauses nowadays?
Because it's in house. You know, Porter lose to Earl, it's still with him. Same thing with Top Rank. You know, Loma didn't have no rematch, and T.O. with Top Rank, so they don't care.
Right.
I got
I'm sure
one more.
Gary Russell probably didn't have a rematch clause with his
No,
fight
he
with
didn't.
McZauer.
Wow.
He didn't, but my what is it? My Yasao is
McZauer, something like that.
he's with PBC, you know, because he's
Yeah.
with Sean Gibbons and Pacquiao. And Pacquiao, remember when he signed with Al, he did a little co-promotion so that he could get his Manny Pacquiao fighters.
Manny Pacquiao.
Let me
off
ask
the
you about Hergovich, man. I know you've seen this Hergovich situation. They done went through like 7, 8 fighters that don't want to fight him. They saying no.
Man.
They saying no to an eliminator with Philip Hergovich.
And I thought he was supposed to be fighting Mike Hunter.
Nah, Mike Ben said no. That was a while ago.
For real? Who was the other guy?
The only dude that said yeah, but he was forced out legally was Tony Yoka.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's a good fight. Hergovich is a good fighter.
Andy
You know what I
Ruiz
mean?
said no. He said he was hurt. Gaziev said no. He also said he was hurt.
Damn.
Charles Martin said no.
What's the?
Oh, you never heard of Hergovich?
No, I heard of Hergovich. Hergovich won the he got a bronze medal in the 2016 games.
I mean, they calling him the boogeyman. Luis Ortiz said no too.
Man, what they offering these dudes, man?
I don't know, but that's what Hunter said. Hunter said the money ain't right. But what's the money supposed to be like for an eliminator bout? Like, you ain't a champ yet.
What? 300,000, folks?
I don't know. I can't even.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
I don't know. I can't tell you, bruh.
Hey, shit, if it's 300,000, they can get it to me.
Well,
Jeez,
they offered it to my man Big Bang. He said yeah. He been saying yeah, but they had to go down the line because he was number 12. But could you imagine that from 1 to 12 they all said no?
Wow, they skirted her.
Except for Tony Yoka. Again, he the number 4. He said yeah, but
What's that title? IBF?
IBF.
Yeah.
So it's an eliminator to fight Usyk, Joshua winner.
Damn, boy, what? Why they ain't taking that? That's crazy. That's a great opportunity.
See, that we were saying there's a lot of fighters that won't take opportunities. Sometimes I'm sure you have to take money that you don't love in order to get to where you want to go.
To the next level, absolutely. Even
I mean, at
Floyd
some
had to
point-
do it.
At
Floyd
some point,
took
I guess you have
30%,
to.
man. 30%
Man, that's
versus
what I've been
Oscar.
doing my whole damn career, though.
Yeah.
I've been doing that my whole career. Like I fought Donovan Dennis for $4,800.
Mm.
Oof.
What?
Oof.
That's
What
month.
you know? What was it like?
Donovan Dennis, that's a common opponent with Gerald Big Baby Miller, right?
Yeah, Andrew Fedorov.
Yeah. I remember he was in a Bucksino tournament early on in his career when he was young. He lost to Fedosov.
Yeah.
And what was it like fighting at the wild card? Because I know the Ring City fight, you guys fought.
yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty cool idea. Ring City had fighting at those different places.
Yeah,
And
I liked
fighting
it.
in that parking lot, because if you've been to the Wild Card, it's not a big gym and it's not a big parking lot,
Yeah, they
but you were right out
transformed
there.
that. They transformed it pretty nice, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They transformed it pretty decent, man, and it was outside. I like the atmosphere. You know, I feel good fighting in it. You know, I hurt my hands fighting that boy Pinchuk. Man, like I didn't even have my normal wrap guy. Like, and man, I got my hands wrapped terrible for real for that fighting. Damn near broke my hands. But I still, still put a whooping on that boy.
Man, I hope you're back in the ring by March or
Yeah,
April.
I want to fight. I want to fight in March, man. I want to fight in March. Just keep me busy. Then who knows, they can line up fights like those eliminators with Hergovich and stuff like that.
And you're in St. Louis right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I could tell. Like you can tell everyone from St. Louis the way they talk, like everything, and
like
yeah,
we got that
we got
that
yeah.
But man, it's. I really wish that I was in San Diego with my trainer every day. Like I do all this stuff, like I pretty much train myself. You know
said
what I mean?
In
My
San
dad,
Diego?
Yeah, I train it, bro. Like listen, I turned pro in St. Louis. Like, bro, if I would have stayed amateur, I would have. Man, I would have went to the Olympic Games in 2016. Like, I would have been with that 2016. I would have been the American. We didn't even have American that year. That would have been me. But,
You were telling me that you train in San Diego.
But I train in San Diego with my coach Bashir, and I pretty much train myself while I'm here in St. Louis. You know, my dad, he works and stuff, you know what I mean, and come home and give me some rounds on the pads, you know what I mean? But I pretty much go through my own workouts and do all this stuff on my own. And then when I go for about 4 to 6 weeks and train with my coach Bashir Abdullah, you know what I mean? And we click and gel on the short time that we got. And like I say, that's what I've been making do with for real.
Is that the trainer that used to work with Vlad?
Nah, that's I think that's Bashir Ali.
Oh.
Nah, Bashir Abdullah, he was the Olympic coach.
Okay.
He was a 2004 Olympic head coach. You know, the 2012 Olympic coach. He was I think he was like the technical advisor in 2008, and he was the assistant coach in 2000.
Yeah, Canna, me and you on the same page. My editor's like, Ness, get him the mansion. I was already going in, man. We got a spot in San Diego, man. Right now, Benavidez is in it. You can check out all the videos on our YouTube channel, all the work we did with him. And
okay.
Yeah, man, if you ever need a facility to hold camp for your big fight.
For real?
It's a $6 million house. I've been there, and Ness has been there. There's a gym in the garage.
There's a gym,
ring,
everything, bro. It's
everything.
insane. It's insane.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, I need to. We need to go ahead and link with that, man. Because
3 acres, man, and some change. So you.
Yeah, my manager and stuff. He be sending me out there, put me up in a. He be putting me up in an extended stay, give me a rental and stuff.
No, this is no extended stay.
Nah.
You'll want to stay there, period.
You'll want the stay to be extended.
Yeah, you'll want yes, exactly.
Bruh, you got a
that's
pool.
What's up.
You got a pool to do laps, jacuzzi to relax.
That's a saltwater pool too, Nick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bruh, they got
that's
everything.
What part
you
of San Diego?
Santa Fe. You want to chop trees? They got you could chop trees.
Ooh.
And the gym is heated too. They put the heater in there in case you want to sweat. It's crazy, man. But listen,
hey, that's official.
You just keep me posted.
I got your number.
Yeah. And you could always hit the IG. You know, me or my producers on top of it. But I do appreciate your time, man. Thank you for coming on. Give everybody your social media. For anybody who isn't already following, you can do so. I'm gonna be screen sharing it.
Big Shot.
You can follow me on all platforms at Big Shot Shaw. BIGSHOTSHAW. Stephan Big Shot Shaw on Facebook. Stephan Jabari Shaw is my personal page. You know, and like I say, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Big Shot Shaw, baby. Keep looking out for me. Yeah. Up and coming American heavyweight.
I'm rooting for you.
Thank y'all, man.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
I appreciate that, bro. And y'all gonna see a lot more of me in 2022 and here on out. pretty much, for real, for real.
Where you at now? You back in St. Louis?
Yeah, I'm back in St. Louis. I'm at home, man. You know, with my wife, my beautiful queen, my little son. You know, we here.
All right.
We here in St. Louis.
Shout out to your son. I heard him.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you once again, Stephan.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Nestor. Appreciate you, George. Yes, sir.
All right, sir.
There you have it, ladies and gents. Big Shot Shaw coming on the show. Bless
For the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.